Good morning, Facebook friends, family and friends. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to first say hello to the Sky House downtown. They're our sponsors for the day. Hey, Katie. Hey, everybody at Sky House. I hope you guys enjoy the day today, and I hope this finds you. I hope that everybody is safe and at home, sheltering in. Katie asked me to do a live food demo for you guys this morning. And I'd like to get started with that. This morning, what we're going to do for you guys is we're going to do a frittata. Whether it's going to be an egg white frittata or it's just going to be a regular egg frittata, it really doesn't matter. So we're going to go through the ingredients that you need, and we're going to also talk and we're going to walk you through everything that that we're going to do today. So the ingredients that you need, first of all, is I added some green onions since I love green onions. You need an English cucumber, you need an avocado, you need some arugula, salt, pepper. I like Monterey Jack cheese, but you can also use the shredded cheese, any type of shredded cheese that you like. Of course, you need cherry tomatoes, you need cucumbers, and of course eggs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start with your lemon vinaigrette. So you're going to take a cup and a half of olive oil and you're going to add it to your blender. You're going to take 3/4 cup of lemon juice. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Of course, we're going to put it in your blender, and we're going to go ahead and blend it just for a little while. I'd like to take the time to say thank you to everybody that ordered food from us for the past week. We did fried fish and shrimp yesterday, and we also did rosemary ranch chicken with the garlic butter sauce on Wednesday. This week our menu is going to be on Friday. Our menu is going to be a seafood pasta with blackened shrimp and crawfish. And on Wednesday we're going to do jerk chicken, rice and peas, and spinach and cabbage medley. So go to Facebook, go to CuvesCulinaryCreations.com, log in to our website, and go to the contact page and fill out that information, and we will make sure that you get your food on that Wednesday or that Friday or both days. It's $39.95 and it feeds a family of 4. Thank you. That was our commercial break. So now we have our lemon vinaigrette. It's sitting and waiting for us. We're going to take our lemon vinaigrette and we're going to put it in our little bowl so that we can use it. We can use it for our frittata. Now, with the frittata, if you don't have the arugula, spinach is fine. If you want to add meat to your frittata, that's fine. A frittata is basically a quiche without the crust, and we're just doing this on the stove instead of doing it in the oven. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to dice up our green onions. Of course, you're going to wash your vegetables. And we're going to do a little dice of our green onions. As you see, I have our green onions diced there. So there's several different things that you can do with your English cucumber. I like to score it just a little bit to give some color and make it nice and pretty. And then we're going to go ahead and cut it in half. Now, on your cucumbers, you don't want your cucumbers really small. You want them to be nice and full bodied so that it gives you a nice look. Okay, here's our cucumbers that's here. After your cucumbers, you have your cherry tomatoes, and that we're going to just simply split in half. So you have cherry tomatoes that you're going to split in half. So let's see if anybody's joining us. How many people we got taking a look at us? Okay, so there's our cherry tomatoes, and our cherry tomatoes are here. Of course, we have our cheeses, and then we have our arugula. So with the arugula, sometimes arugula comes in kind of stringy, and if it's stringy, you want to make sure that you tear it up a little bit so that it doesn't be too stringy for you, so that when you build your salad on top, you will have a nice full mountain. So you're just going to tear your arugula up just a little bit. Okay? Now, so of course you have your eggs. So now if you want to use egg whites, of course some of you guys can buy egg whites in a carton. Some of you guys can use egg whites, and some of you guys like to make your own egg whites. Doesn't really matter to me, right? Or you can just use regular eggs. So we're going to go ahead and get started cooking, unless some of you guys are sending in some questions, and we can just kind of take a look and answer some of your questions. On April 22nd, we're going to come in live from Zoom, and you guys can register on Zoom and come into Cuvées Culinary Creations, and we're going to do a live interaction video for everyone so that you guys can do. And a lot of stuff we're going to use is going to be here at your house, so you don't have to go out and buy a lot of stuff. So I know money can be tight for everybody right now, so we want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to have some fun and enjoy some great food. So today, this actual dish is considered a healthy dish. It's about 385 calories. It's loaded with protein if you use the egg whites. If you use the regular eggs, it's going to be a little higher in calorie because you're going to have a higher little fat content. But that's cool, right? So typically when we make this dish, we use this dish. I use this dish for my corporate guys. My corporate guys is going into corporate meetings, and they're going to be in meetings all day, so they eat a very high protein diet in the morning time, and they're all ready to go. So they're all fired up and geeked up throughout the meeting, and everybody else is kind of burning at 12 or 1 o'clock, and they're still ready to go. This will carry you to about 12 or 1 o'clock throughout your meeting, and at lunchtime you'll want to have something nice and small to eat, like maybe a half of a sandwich and a salad. But about 4:30, 5 o'clock, you're going to be ready for dinner. You're going to want a steak, you're going to want a nice big piece of chicken, you're going to want something that's going to be very full body and full flavor for you guys, and a lot of food. Okay, so let's get started on our frittata. Is everybody set? I'm assuming that everybody is set. Now, one of the things that you got to notice about the frittata is that you really don't have to flip it, okay? And if you use egg whites, you're going to need to use a little higher content of fat, whether it be the pan spray or a little more olive oil. You want your skillet to get a little nice and hot for you a little bit. Okay, and we have all our ingredients here. And then we have a bowl where we're going to mix our ingredients. So we're going to turn the fire down on this while our skillet is getting a little hot. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mix our salad together. So with our salad, you're going to add a little bit of arugula. Of course, you're going to tear your arugula. You're going to add a little of your green onions. You're going to add a few of your tomatoes. You're going to add some of your cucumbers. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use some of your avocado. The avocado is really what sets this off, guys. So you want a nice fresh avocado. You want to kind of keep it kind of firm. You don't want it to be too soft. And of course you can use as much avocado as you like, as well as if you want to add some type of meat or protein to it, you can do that as well. So I'm just going to add just a little more avocado, just a little avocado. It's a little hot in here, guys. But that's Texas, right? Okay, so while everything is all warming up and getting set, we're going to go ahead and get started, increase our heat a little bit. So we have our salad waiting for us. This goes on top of our eggs. And I'm going to choose to use my regular eggs. So the key with the frittata is it's not going to actually be folded. So you're going to push your eggs inwards to make sure that your eggs are nice and fluffy. And you want to make sure that you don't have a very high fire, because what's going to happen is you're going to scorch your frittata. So as we scoop the eggs in, you can see how the eggs are getting fluffy in the middle. And once you get all the liquid dissolved. Now, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to give you guys a great example. Hey, Miss Cynthia Woods. Hey, Ariane. Oh my God, my sister and my daughter's there. How about that, you guys? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off, and I want to show you guys a couple of tricks before we start to flip. So, when you're flipping your eggs, remember it's not the arm, and that's what makes everybody make mistakes and the eggs go everywhere. It's your wrist. It's just your wrist. Look at your wrist. It's just your wrist. That's it. Just your wrist. Don't move your arm. Just use your wrist. Just use your wrist. Just use your wrist. So when you're using your wrist, you're just going to flip it. And there you go. All right? So as you can see, my eggs are nice and fluffy. And I'm going to finish my eggs off a little bit. So my eggs are nice and fluffy. I'm going to grab a plate. Now, some people like their eggs runny, some people like their eggs dry. Your eggs should be pretty much finished. So while my eggs are there, ready, I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to put my eggs on the bowl. On my plate. I'm going to sprinkle my cheese on top of my eggs. Now, it's no need to melt the cheese down because the eggs are going to be hot enough to melt the cheese. And all you're simply going to do now is take about a tablespoon of your lemon vinaigrette. And then you're going to toss it a little bit. Now, we're not feeding the public. We're here at home, so you guys don't really have to use gloves. Well, this day and age, who knows, right? So then you're going to take your veggies and you're going to sit them right on top of your frittata. And you're going to take a little black pepper, sprinkle it over your frittata, and there you have it. Simple. How easy is that? That's a perfect, easy dish for you. It looks absolutely beautiful. And it tastes good. Take a good look at that. Now, as I said before, this dish can be made and this dish can be used with protein. You can use sausage, you can use bacon, you can use egg whites. You can add spinach. You can add whatever you want to add to it to make it absolutely delicious or even more flavorful. Yes. So who we got? Michelle Phillips, Tony Fletcher, Leanne, and Toy. Who's that? Toy? Toy. My niece? Oh my God! Hey you guys. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you come and check back in with us on the 22nd. This is a very simple dish. I'm going to be on Facebook on Cuvées Culinary Creations for the next 30 minutes to answer any type of questions that you guys have. You guys can just hit me up on Facebook. Go to our Snapchat page. Go to Cuvées Culinary Creations. If you'd like to contact me personally, I'm at Ivory the Chef. And remember, on Wednesdays, our meal is Caribbean jerk chicken, confetti rice, and a spinach and cabbage medley. And on Friday, we're going to do a seafood pasta with blackened shrimp and crawfish, along with some garlic bread. Stay tuned for Cuvées Creations honey lime vinaigrette salad dressing. It'll be coming out very soon, God willing, and we really appreciate your support. So if you want to order some of the salad dressing, of course, go online to Cuvées Culinary Creations and place your order by going onto the contact page. You can order your salad dressing. You can order your food for the week. If you're in Houston, we'll deliver for you guys. If you guys are in California, if you're in Detroit, make sure you hit me up on Cuvées Culinary Creations, and I can give you some of my partners in those areas. Have a great day, guys, and thank God.